Hello everyone and welcome to a new lesson with Miss Rafa. Today we're going to start with Unit 7, Healthy Life. Open your book on page 58 and let's get started together.
Module 3, Lifestyles.
In this module we're going to study healthy life, urban and rural life, new ways and old. We're going to start with Unit 7, Healthy Life. What is the secret of a healthy life? Discuss. The photographs show elderly people with busy, active lives. What do you think is the secret of a healthy life? Use the suggestions from the text below and discuss your ideas with other students. We can say regular exercise, healthy diet, getting enough sleep, keeping the brain active. What problems do you associate with old age? Being less able to move around easily and higher possibilities of medical problems. Compare your ideas with those of other students. Let's read. In the last 100 years, people have been living longer and longer. Yet, there are still many aspects of our lifestyles that could be improved. Doctors advise that regular exercise and a healthy diet are crucial to our well-being. Furthermore, it's very important to get enough sleep. 8 hours a night is recommended. Getting enough sleep keeps our minds fresh, but we need to exercise our brains too. This could involve doing puzzles and crosswords, playing chess, or reading a book. As we get older, it is even more important that we keep busy, interacting with people of all ages and socializing. We should make plans for the future, keep a positive outlook on life, and enjoy the support of the family environment. Now let's listen.
You are going to hear a journalist talking about old people she has met. As you listen, answer these questions.
As part of the research I'm doing about the lives of the elderly, I've travelled all over the world. I started in Mexico, where I met the world's oldest married couple, Alberto and his wife Maria Lopez Garcia. Alberto is 100 and Maria is 99 years old. They have been married for 86 years and have 3 sons and 3 daughters. The oldest is 81 years old. One of their sons told me that his parents had spent every day of their lives together since the day they got married. He said they had always had a good social life and had kept in regular touch with their family, friends and neighbours. I asked their son what the secret of their healthy life was. He said he was not sure, but suggested that it might be their very simple way of life. Apparently, they eat corn and soup for every meal. He added that they had both been involved in farming for most of their lives. In other words, they had had regular exercise. After that, I travelled to the south of India, where I met Sunil Narayanan, who is 102 years old. Even now, Sunil still works for 6 hours every day in the family shop. He knows his customers' names and says they are all close friends. I asked him whether he remembered his wedding day. He described in detail what he and his bride had worn that day, and told me that after they were married they had both gone back to school to finish their studies. Sunil said that he had spent most of his life working as a fisherman. I asked him if he had enjoyed his long life. He said, with a smile, that he'd enjoyed every single day of it. Finally, I went to China, where I met the 100-year-old Mei Qin. She told me that her husband had died 20 years ago, but said she was never lonely as she had 110 children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Mrs. Chin said she still gets up every morning at 6 o'clock and cycles to the nearby village to buy food for the day.
Now let's answer the questions. Which countries are the people from? Mexico, India, and China. How old is each of the 4 people you hear about? 100, 99, 102, 100. Check your understanding. Question 3. Listen again. Are these statements true or false? Correct sentences where necessary. Alberto and Maria have been married for nearly 80 years. False. 86 years. Since their marriage, Alberto and Maria have spent all their time together. True. Alberto and Maria eat soup or corn for every meal. False. It's soup and corn. Sunil works 16 hours a day in the family shop. False. 6 hours. Most of Sunil's customers are friends. True. Sunil and his wife were still school students when they were married. True. Sunil used to work as a fisherman. True. May's husband died 20 years ago. True. May gets up early every morning and walks to the village to buy food. False. She cycles. Question 4. What do the words in italics in these extracts from the talk refer to? Listen again if necessary. I started in Mexico, where I met the country's oldest married couple. The countries refer to Mexico. They have 3 sons and 3 daughters. The oldest is 81 years old. The oldest refer to the oldest child, son or daughter. After that, I traveled to the south of India, where I met Sunil. Where refers to the south of India. He described in detail what he and his bride had worn that day. On their wedding day, I asked him if he had enjoyed his long life. He said with a smile that he'd enjoyed every single day of it. It refers to his long life. Question 5. Fill the gaps in these sentences with the words from the box. Fathers, parents, children, daughters, husband, sister, uncle, family. In Syria, you will rarely find old people's homes. When طالما عم نحكي منازل المسنين معناها هلأ رح أحكي عن أهلي أنا. My parents. When my parents get old, my and I. الأولاد أنا و إما حتكون أخي أو أختي. طالما ما في عنا كلمة أخ فرح نختار أخت. Sister. My sister and I will help look after them. Traditional values teach sons and. sons هن الأولاد الصبيان. شو الكلمة اللي بتعادلها؟ الأولاد البنات. Daughters. To honor their. And mothers. شو الكلمة اللي بتعادل mothers؟ أمهات. آباء. Fathers and mothers. And show love and care to them as they grow old. Family is very important to everyone, and I'm very close to my mother's sister and her. أخت أمي بتكون خالتي. أنا مقربة من خالتي وزوجها her husband. My aunt عمتي. الكلمة المرادفة لعمة هي عم uncle. Caring for our. خلصنا هلأ تعداد أفراد العائلة. رح نرجع نحكي عن العائلة بشكل كامل. Caring for our family like this helps us all to live longer, happier lives, and we know our children will one day look after us. اللي منزرعه دائما رح نحصده. طريقة تعاملنا مع أهلنا رح يتعاملوا معنا فيها أولادنا. إذن children. Question 6. Choose the correct way to complete these sentences. In Mexico, She met the world's oldest married couple. Alberto and Maria's son said his parents had a simple way of life. Sunil says his customers are all his close friends. Sunil said he'd enjoyed every single day of his life. رح نملي النص هون حسب كلمات نص الاستماع. Question 7. Think and speak. In your opinion, what are the best ways for young people to care for the elderly? Collocations. المتلازمات. Make or do. عادة كل كلمة بتاخد كلمة معينة لهيك بنسميها collocation متلازمة. make بتاخد مفردات معينة و do بتاخد مفردات معينة. بهذا التمرين رح نختار إما make أو do. Make and do have similar meanings, but you can't use them with the same nouns. For example, we say do a job but make an arrangement. لاحظوا إنه في مفردات بتجي مع do مفردات بتجي مع make. Complete these sentences with the correct form of make or do. رح نختار إحدى هدول الكلمتين ونحطها بالزمن الصحيح. The journalist said she was. عنا هون جملة كلام منقول الزمن لازم يكون بالماضي. Doing a research for an article. الكلمة اللي بتجي مع research هي do. Scientists frequently do experiments to test their ideas. frequently بتدل على العادة والتكرار، إذا بنستخدم زمن حاضر بسيط. والكلمة اللي بتجي مع experiments هي do. You will have to. بعد to بيجي الفعل بحالة المصدر. Make a special effort if you want to pass your exam. Can I. بعد can كمان لازم نستخدم فعل بحالة المصدر. Make a suggestion. Why don't we do the shopping together? دائما بنقول do the shopping. دائما بعد صيغة why don't we نستخدم مصدر. If you make a mistake, you have to. بعد have to بيجي الفعل بحالة المصدر. Do your homework again. عنا جملة if. الجزء الثاني حاضر بسيط، فالجزء الأول لازم يكون حاضر بسيط. I've. بعد have بيجي الفعل بالتصريف الثالث، عنا زمن حاضر تام. Made my decision very carefully. I've كمان بعد have بيجي الفعل بالتصريف الثالث حاضر تام. Made myself a promise. I'm going to make a success of my new job. دائما بعد going to بيجي الفعل بالمصدر. Last night's storm. عنا الدلالة last، إذا رح نستخدم ماضي بسيط. Did a lot of damage to buildings in our area. Phrasal verbs with make and do. Match the phrasal verbs with make in this text with the correct meanings A to C below. You can check your answers in a dictionary. Ibrahim usually arrives at work on time, so his boss didn't know what to make of it when he was an hour late one morning. Make of هون معناها think about or understand. At first, he thought he might make up an excuse, but he decided he must be honest. Make up means invent a story. Ibrahim promised he would make up for the time he had lost by being late. Make up here means replace something lost or missing. Question 3. Match the phrasal verbs with do in these sentences with the correct meanings 1 to 4 below. You can check your answers in a dictionary. I've hurt my back, which means I have to get someone to do my shoes up for me. Do up here means to fasten or tie. The doctor told my grandmother she'd have to learn to do without sugar. Do without means not have something and manage in spite of this. We'll have to do the room up before anyone sleeps there. Do up here means to tidy or redecorate. Not everyone in our family has a mobile, so we can't do away with our landline. Do away here means get rid of. That's everything for today. Thanks for your time. See you next lesson.